So it was the 3 to Syrup.
Right. That's 3. I have 2 fingers left.
And it was 1 to Kazi. And that has been it.
My goat Kazi.
My goat Kazi.
He finds his way onto stream at every single fusion somehow, and it's always funny. But we are going to start out with the Bowser this time. So yeah, this is what we were afraid of. 56. And it didn't even finish properly.
Yeah, that means he, I think, did the nil a little bit too early.
Yeah, and well, either that or he didn't have wood. So protect. There we go. Bowser's a little bit thick, so he has a lot more. He has a lot less velocity going out of knockback like that.
Yeah, like it's so weird because like yes, you take these you take this damage. You're like, okay, yeah, I'm at 130. You're only at stone, so it's gonna be a little bit before you close out the stock, and like these back airs aren't gonna kill quite yet. But the troubling thing about Steve is that he can do both, right? He can play the like slow, I'm going to take advantage of Bowser's linear neutral, and I'm going to blow you up for getting a single hit and make sure every hit goes full ride, full combo, because any hit basically is.
He's kind of like a Luigi. Like when I'm playing, like like that's where Bowser wins. Just getting those raw hits. Like when when you call out a lazy minecart, you call out a lazy minecart. It's Bowser, you got him. But like when I'm playing Luigi, sometimes the combos just flow together so nicely. I get the hit and I'm like, I see in the future what the next hit is. Once you acquire that with Steve, everything starts to lock in and make sense.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing Syrup, like, we've been seeing this Steve from Syrup get better and better with each and every game that it's been on stream, that it's been in bracket.
Especially carrying over from last week.
Especially so,
Especially carrying. Oh,
looking for the shield break there, and uh-oh. You make this? No. Yeah, that's why LeoN typically goes hero. The Bowser can sometimes just feel invalidated with how good Steve is at every phase of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And while, yes, Bowser can play the, like, I have a better raw hit, like, craziness.
Like, Steve just taps you with anything, and it's worth infinitely more than anything Bowser's getting off of that one.
Like, back air is crazy. Back air closes stocks at 80.
But he was already dead from a thing that Steve hit earlier at that point. Like, Steve has so many mix-ups just to get away from Bowser, just to alleviate that pressure. That's where LeoN thrives, and if you don't give him that time of day, things start to look a little bit, like, iffy. Like, I'm like, okay, now I'm a little bit scared. Now what if Syrup just kind of hits me for 80 and then I can't do anything about it? What happens then?
Not to mention, any one of these potential, one of Bowser's best spatial coverage move, Nair, can potentially just get shut down if Syrup does the PMLG correctly. We may see that. We did see double.
He died.
Double nil forward smash was definitely a little bit ambitious, to say the least. But
he's like, no, I'm gonna sit down right on this ledge, and if you happen to get in the way, goodbye.
The minecart coming out that was. I'm not gonna even question it at this point. It's so hard to tell. But what is in the water today? Like, is it because it's
Syrup's
cold?
done that twice now.
Yeah.
So here's what I think happens, and I think this is what you're supposed to do. Once you're supposed to start Steve up B, you're supposed to pull back. I mean, what is LeoN doing? This guy is on something. But once you start Steve up B, you're supposed to pull down and back. And I think Syrup's doing that input too quickly and accidentally B-reversing and then going down. And that's what we're seeing there. And it's just, it's like wave bouncing Ike side B. Like, it gets you a lot off of it, but if you mess it up, goodbye. You're dead.
Oh, instant get-up attack, but no punish. Instead, just the forward smash in order to get out of there. Man,
he just jumped in air dodge into him and got minecart, and this game's so silly.
He's trying, but with no gold online, this is going to be a little bit tricky to get out of the corner here. This is exactly where LeoN wants to accentuate this game as much as possible. No two-frame,
especially with the minecart, with the crafting table there too. That's such a dangerous thing to have when you're Steve in that scenario. Because if that crafting table is on deck, imagine like you could put his like Lucas down smash on the ledge or Ivysaur down air on the ledge. They only last for 2 frames each for each hit. But if you extend that, that's a pretty big move that's lasting a very long time.
Yeah, like even if it's just 1 or 2 frames of extension, that's like a 100% increase of landing.
And you know it's more than 1 or 2.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I'll do that in doubles where I'm just like, all right, I see my partner who's playing PT is Ivysaur down during the ledge. What if I pull up and hold shield so it extends off of my shield? And effect, we catch so many Pikachus and Pichus recovering off of that. It's so funny watching them explode.
That's okay. They earned it.
They earned it. They deserve it. And now we're at 81 as opposed to the 59 he got last game. Improvement.
Yeah, just going with extra up airs because he started the ladders a little bit lower instead of committing to an up smash, which is like, hey, that's all damage. That's all
pressure.
That's all cheese and
93.
Yeah.
Bowser died at 93 with full DI in, died off the side.
Yep.
Incredible.
Gotta get Joel on the line. Remember,
the
keep on true, but if you keep on the anvil, it is stronger.
I cannot believe he tweeted
I cannot believe. Bro, there's like 3 Steves in Philly.
None of them are good.
Damn, bro.
Shout out! I know some of the Steves are watching this right now, so shout out to you guys. You guys are putting in work, but you're gonna have to put in a little bit more work come this next month.
Yeah, I mean, check out this Steve right here. Like Syrup, it's been on and off how much Syrup has been working on this Steve, but I mean, lately it's been the subject of his attention, and it's looked good every single time, bar a couple left SDs, and maybe bar that dash attack too. A little bit greedy, trying to fight his way out of the corner, eats a raw Bowser back air for it. 90% is pretty typical percent to be at for Bowser, just to play normal neutral at.
And this is pretty typical percent for Steve to start killing you. That's regardless of that's the problem. So the way Syrup's been playing, I think that dash attack earlier was definitely very greedy, but that's definitely a byproduct of the way Syrup is playing, because he's playing to open you up at really, I don't want to say quirky times, but very awkward timings. He's getting in there when you least expect it, and that dash attack was like, why would a Steve dash attack me there? Why would he do that? But, you know, LeoN, by chance, or not even by chance, or maybe by foresight, definitely, was ready for that and was able to punish that. So, we're able to be on even stocks, and putting back on this percent is LeoN. But, again, the hard part, finding this stock against a very finicky Steve and a very movement-based Steve is going to prove difficult, but, you know, that frame 6 command grab is going to alleviate all those pressures.
You just have such an easy answer. Oh, nil forward smash right out of mine. Right out of mining. Just instant nil F smash to intercept and to almost effectively to anti-air there, or to air rather. Super clean from Syrup. Trying to find a minecart. Nice 67.
Nice.
Like we appreciate that. LeoN appreciates the donation.
I appreciate the attempt. It was well worth it.
I almost want this.
So down smash. All right, whatever. I just love the spectacle of they're playing very close together, and then Steve places a block, a singular block, and just stands there, and the entire crowd goes, what? Then nothing happened except Steve placed a block, and everybody went crazy. I could not believe that happened.
Yep. That block actually actively hurt him more than it helped him, because he landed on stage and was like, okay, wait, now I'm in forward tilt range. I have to jump away and get to ledge.
You're never out of forward tilt range.
I placed a block on ledge. I can't get to ledge.
Wait a minute.
I have successfully played myself.
Unfortunate. We are going to kick it back to small battlefield. Now, even though the hero got 3-1, LeoN is looking very good. A 2-game to 1. Oh, yeah, 3-0'd it, wasn't it? I had the one game that Syrup had on the mind, but yeah, definitely looking in a better position than earlier. Maybe a reset, maybe not. Syrup definitely has to kick this in here if he wants to take this in a one-set fashion, but side being into flamethrower is not the best way to go about that now, but when you start up tilting, that's when things get a little bit spicy.
Okay.
Never mind.
Getting back here for that minecart. Surviving still, though. No anvil to be seen, though. Has to take a creative angle. How many times does Syrup just get up attacked, like straight through, trying to power through like any of this ledge trapping? And LeoN has been ready for get up attack since day number 1. Like, playing around all of these options playing around this ledge so well. Like even
why was that so
that's a different question.
Well, the difficult part for Steve on ledge is that he has a very low amount of mobility, and his usual escape option of minecart, well, it's nerfed inherently because he doesn't have gold on hand. Right. But also Bowser Fair tends to just beat it, so you can't really wake up with a side beat ignorantly and expect to get back to stage. You kind of just have to wait for it to happen.
That's
you just have to make your
like,
openings, like with get up attack. Sometimes you don't expect it, but that anvil will definitely take stocks.
There has been very little to condition Syrup to condition LeoN to not just be directly on ledge.
Right.
But finally, with that empty landing there was at least something, but only 35% to it, unable to pivot into the up tilts in time. one piece of iron. Do you want to spend it on a minecart?
Nah,
He did not, and ended up eating a forward tilt for it.
and the worst part is you don't even get that iron back because you always spawn, if you're less than 3, you always spawn with 3. So how to use that minecart or not did not make that much of a difference. So it's kind of like a wasted iron. Sunk cost fallacy, whatever. But already at 71%, LeoN has been consistently stacking up this damage in such a meaningful way. And now one more stock away from the reset, but Steve Alex Minecraft is not going to take to that too lightly.
No, but can you get by ledge? I want to see a roll, right? That back air hit. Hello. But
Goodbye.
Like, the way that Syrup has been playing the ledge, like on stage, he's been doing like pretty, of course, extremely fine, like playing this tenuous neutral. That does not take the stock either.
It was okay.
Yeah. There are some of these mix-ups, right? Like place the block below ledge and like try and de-incentivize the LeoN from just being right on top of your face every time you're off stage. The second up smash is going to do it now with gold tools and
not put yourself on ledge is scary.
Yeah, gold tools.
All right, enter battle stance. This is what I call battle stance, where Steve just kind of just gets gold and holds up tilt at you. Because what do? Just pressing buttons. He's got him.
That should be it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so
I heard no scream for a second, and I blinked as soon as like the dot reached the top of the ceiling, so I didn't even know if he died or not.
Yeah, no scream.
All right, now the rock paper scissoring. So I guess we are going to bans. We're not really agreeing on a list per se.
Yeah, it is 3-1. Okay, in the reset for LeoN, overpowering with his very, very practiced Bowser. As we go back to small battlefield, it looks like. I would assume Syrup sticks to Steve. Yeah, just playing it out.
If he stuck to Steve last week, he's definitely sticking to Steve this week.
For sure.
Which I respect.
I just need to see Syrup be a little bit less, like... You called him like a finicky Steve a little bit earlier because he likes to find these unorthodox places to get some of his starters.
Right.
But sometimes you gotta rely on some of the early stuff that made your character crazy.
Like, he's good for a reason.
Yeah, like some of the block placements below ledge, like some of the combo routes that result in more offstage pressure. Like that, I feel like, is where Syrup may make a little bit more of his money rather than just trying to. And some of these early ejects from Minecart are a good example of that because previously he'd been trying to power through Flame Breath. Now he's just letting the Minecart do all the work and play around with the eject and the added hit stun.
No way!
Wow.
78 after the... Well, actually, there is a way. It's Bowser with Rage. Like, whatever. Goodbye. All right, reset.
I'm just kind of like...
I'm flabbergasted,
Again, he gave up the shield grab. He shield grabbed in 2023.
Sometimes... I don't even... Sometimes the no mix-up is the best portion, but definitely going to cost him a stock early. But that's the risk we take. At the end of the day, I think it's also that LeoN plays a very finicky neutral as well, so if finicky meets finicky, sometimes it just evens out to what it normally is. But what I've noticed from this game that's ever so slightly different from the last games is that Syrup's kind of doing the thing where he did against Jackal, where he kind of lets you run into him and then makes his plays off of that, and then sorts of builds a wall, and LeoN was running into it, and now if you're Bowser, you definitely have to go into that down air to recover, or else you're just going to die.
Yeah, recovering high or low is just such a... You just gotta hope that Steve doesn't have iron and battle stance. Getting into the up smash route instead. So much damage right off the jump, and a 2 stocks to 1 lead as Syrup is finding yet another up smash, playing around these platforms, finally having gold and iron, and now a diamond. But
now he actually DI'd those. I looked a little bit like not okay at the beginning, but then he corrected it. He's alright. He's alive.
You down smash? Oh, he did down smash.
Wow.
I like that a lot from Syrup. Like, you're playing super far back, and normally you think, like, oh my god, he's too far back for the TNT to be as powerful, right? No, it's playing around exactly that get-up attack. Which,
Bowser having top 1 in the game, by the way.
I think it's Bowser, Link, Sora as the top. Sora's get-up attack is crazy.
That's which is funny because I think of like Link having the second best in the game, and I think of Young Link having one of the absolute worst.
It's terrible.
You know who's like funny. Weirdly has one of the worst dash checks in the game for what they are?
Get-up attack, you mean? Get-up attack?
Yeah. From ledge.
Yes.
Snake.
Yeah.
Snakes is inherently very, very, very poor. Same with Lucas, but they also have DJCC from ledge, so they have their own workarounds.
Get-up attack 2.
It's a Zare. It's -2.
It's better.
Amazing. Okay.
Oh, I like that anvil a lot, actually. Like, you take a little bit of a risk there because you leave yourself open to, like, reversals out of shield, but it was some means of reversal, and you ate a ton of damage a little bit too early, and LeoN is sitting super pretty on his first stock, but hey, you got that one.
Yeah, you definitely got the one. This is where you start to put in a little bit more work. Like, now Syrup's also trying to make him chase him again, but LeoN is comfortable. LeoN has a lead. He doesn't care if he's approaching you or not. He's gonna hit you, and when he hits you, now your plan goes out the window. Everybody's got to plan until they get punched in the face, and by golly, Syrup's taking a beat.
Yeah, this is kind of a slobber knock-in, to be quite honest. Like, we're just seeing LeoN, again, be faced with a position where, like, you're not backing me up from ledge.
Pick loops? Not dead just yet, but
yeah,
ooh,
Pounded City.
that looked good.
Solid combo, for sure. Looking for the up smash again, though, trying to see LeoN falling on top of him. Didn't fall for it as 143 now sits. Yes, a PBR bear all
That was a
stage
bear?
like that. Yeah.
How is Syrup doing this with Steve? And so many Steves that have been playing this character for years are struggling to do this at this point.
That's what I'm asking.
Skill issue. Syrup is just better than you guys.
Syrup is a tri-state gamer, so
Tried and true. Stop minecarting into that. I don't think it's not worth one.
Stop.
You literally put yourself into perfect percent.
How many times has he done that, like, throughout the set? It feels like
3. This is the 3rd time. Maybe 4th.
I feel like I've been seeing it so much more.
It just hits hard because I'm just like, all right, you tried it the first time. It didn't really work. All right, you tried it the second time. Definitely didn't work. We've learned our lesson. No, we haven't, apparently.
we haven't. We still side B out of hit stun.
Because
Remember,
the minecart
you should
only
be
has...
pressing B out of hit stun, not side B.
Oh, I guess that would be too blatant of a usage of it to get out of, like...
To get a flame breath. Oh, yeah,
like
it's
that.
not worth it to get out of flame breath, but, like, minecart out of hit stun in general is just, like...
Scary.
It's both it's scary, but it's not nearly as scary when you don't have gold. And a lot of the time, Syrup is taking a page out of Akola's school of thought, where he uses resources very quickly and only has like little bits of time where he gains those resources back. Like, much more focused on these like block combos, and therefore spends a lot more time with stone tools.
Right. I think Steve mains are made not by the amount of hits they get, but by their hit percentage. Because you watch Akola or Onin play, and you see they're swinging for the fences, but usually when they get their hits mean so much. It all is calculated, even though it looks very swingy. And I think once Syrup gets like very comfortable with the character, that's going to start to iron itself out. And then that's when the problems start to resolve themselves at that point. Because Syrup is already so far along with this character, more so than I'd expect from what I've seen from Steve. But he's right there. And he's definitely putting on a show as only taking 23%, while LeoN is a stock down and already almost at that 3-digit number. There it is, perfectly on the dot. Thank you.
That's the this is an answer game, right? Like, at the very least in the beginning, right? You take a stock, you're chilling, you're doing so much damage, and now you get to see what LeoN answers when he's super far behind, and you get a bunch of information.
That GI looks not right.
Up smash is real strong, but it's not that
You should be going a little bit farther to the left. Hold it directly left, my friend. LSI will not save you.
Oh, pivoting to the diamond tools. Good DI on the part of LeoN to go down and away to avoid the minecart follow-up.
Wait, did he use diamond? He did.
Yeah, he did use his diamond.
That's confident. That's a confidence play right there.
I mean, this game might end well sooner. Looking for getting the second fair instead, and that's just it. 3 stock for 3 stock. But the important game 3, the all-important game 3, goes to Syrup with counterpick advantage and a small battlefield waiting in the wings if game 5 is reached.
And now we're going to regular battlefield. This is kind of the bullet that you have to bite eventually. It was going to show up at the set at some point. And now LeoN has something at his advantage that he hasn't really had much until... Because Town and City is, you know, it always shifts. But now LeoN has verticality as his side. And the only way that Steve can effectively get that high that fast is if he's nilling consistently. Like, he just can spawn super fast up, but that takes a lot of execution. And Syrup has proven he's able to do it, but on a dime like that to catch Bowser in the air, that's going to be a different story.
So much damage right off the bat. These grabs have been so... Whenever Syrup has managed to find a grab, it's been so good. LeoN kind of running out of answers to some of these problems. It's tough, sending you straight up another one. Yeah, No DI is saving you there, though it was correct DI.
That one was a little bit too low.
Yeah, just a little.
160% on the platform.
That's tough. That's tough. You have to hold that, but finally finding some of these answers. You're looking for an up smash. That was
Battle stance. There it is.
I feel
Do
like
it
that's
again.
just a
Yes.
normal grab. I like how LeoN did wait for a little bit for it to stale, but that's the power.
It didn't matter. It literally
Gold-
did not matter.
gold tools,
He was
man.
a good player there, but not the best player in the room because gold. But he actually made up that stock pretty well considering the deficit he was at. But
Yeah, LeoN's resource tracking of Syrup has been really, really good. He's been challenging a lot of unpowered minecarts to great success, which is an important thing to keep track of because unpowered minecart is free real estate. Powered minecart, getting as far away from it as possible.
yeah, I don't want to deal with that. I don't even want to try to trade with it.
The Anvil stopped his dash. Oh, but this is up throw nair. Oh, up throw fair instead. Getting the
Just
chance
the
to
safe
land-
damage, yeah.
Yeah, and getting the chance to land on the platform means you get to potentially extend. Gotta watch out for all of these hits though. Roll in.
So we've adapted from the side B.
That's good. That's good.
Steps are very baby-like, but you know what? We're getting there.
Small.
100, like almost at a even percent,
Ooh,
and the
the
backer
frame
is gonna
trap.
find its mark. Now LeoN says, you know what? I've had enough. No more trolling. I'm Bowser. I'm on Battlefield. I'm gonna play my game. He actually made it work this time. He did it again, and it worked.
Yeah, just waiting for the very end of it. Again, a pivot there from Syrup, trying to catch the neutral get-ups. Gotta watch out for this TNT, though.
We did. It was-
Yeah, there it is. 134.
and now you see LeoN is not touching the ground. He
No.
does not want anything to do with this team.
He's playing like a heavy dash dance game. Able
That
to
was-
just get far enough on the platform to avoid the dash up smash from Syrup. A minecart back to center, but that's the last bit of gold. And stone tools as well, so that back air isn't nearly as threatening. Barely touching the blast zone, but there
Got
is
a new gold
second
on deck.
one.
Oh, so I'm of the opinion that Gold Steve is way better than Diamond Steve, but I don't know how much of a hot take that is.
I think it is, in theory, pretty.
Look at this.
Oh, the PR bear after. This dude's cracked.
He's going.
He's doing all the things.
Kidnapped.
Oh,
So
great
I
DI.
don't know. I could be spreading misinformation here, but so I've heard that a lot of the knockback that Bowser's side B does is based off of the amount of distance he travels down. So if you do it on the top platform, inherently has a little bit less knockback. But again, I'm wiping off my hands. I'm like, I don't even know. That's from what I've heard because Steve surviving that did not make a lot of sense if it were not to be true. You know what I'm saying?
I could see that. I can also see like Bowser. Bowser side B is just one of those moves, like the flying slam, being able to send like at that diagonal towards the corner.
Right.
means
It leaves a lot of.
like if you DI correctly, you can survive for a whole lot longer.
But now, 8-5.
Yeah, and Syrup needs to find better answers on ledge still. Like he's been getting away with it with a couple games by just being able to snowball super early, but LeoN has been consistently doing what LeoN has been doing best all for the entire time of this game, which is just keep ledge traps and plays the ledge better than so many other players. He's got to find ways to answer that, or else he'll fall victim to it pretty early in this game 5.
Well,
But
half the battle is putting Steve on the ledge in the first place.
That's
And the way
the hard
Syrup's
part.
playing right now, he's like, ugh, my wood tools, I'm going to throw it again. Like, it creates such a hard wall for... Oh, that's back air. Goodbye.
Yeah.
True combo, by the way.
Yep.
The classic. Everybody has to know that that's a true combo as soon as it happens because it's so ridiculous, but it's so satisfying.
It's real good when you try to whiff punish that up air and just get a free kill confirm after.
At 80.
up smash.
He's chilling. Stop.
Yeah.
Why is he behind like that? I don't understand. He's going to die. Very
sword back air into normal back air there. Plenty of iron this time for Syrup. It's just a matter of can you find some of the redstone? Can you find some of the gold? Up smash didn't connect at that point. The scoop was on the wrong side.
I got no words for that. That was just a yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Bah.
Uh-oh. He was
And now we get back to the ledge trapping game.
He was trying to place blocks too soon, because when you drop from ledge, you have to go a certain amount of distance away, and there's a little bit of a lockout time as well. And this Bowser at 170 is just
he's
proving to be
like-
such a hassle. This should be an up smash.
There we
it
go.
is.
Finally. All right. Now we've seen that Syrup can definitely make up these deficits, but it's got to be such a mental hit that you had that kill right in the palm of your hand. You took an additional 60% before you were able to take off the stock that you should have had earlier. That hurts. But almost the shield break, and that would have meant a lot. However, He's still going to keep up the pressure. 81%. Ugh.
And powered minecart online with like he's got enough gold at this point for this
You got it.
minecart,
All right.
the
That's
diamond
huge.
as well for last stock, and you've done 104. Like it's just a matter of time here before either of these players can take out the stock. But who's going to strike first? LeoN waiting for the mine to step back, but Syrup finds the anvil on that recovery. Finally, LeoN trying with the going high mix-up, but Anvil still caught it.
It's so surprising to me how consistent that Syrup is getting these ledge trap situations.
Last
Also
stock.
amazing down smash. Last stock, last hit. But how consistently Syrups has been getting these ledge trap situations without the usage of block. He's really only been placing like 2-wall block, 3-wall block highs in neutral, and nothing much outside of that. It's all just been raw, effective coverage and hits. But now 58% being racked up immediately. These two characters have been so consistently getting to each other to about 80% before they're through. So Syrup needs to find his opening very quickly, or else, oh my goodness.
The sword, he went for sword. Oh my god, so much of this scramble. Syrup missing some of his starters, but there it is, the up air, but too much damage. He had too much rage, not able to convert into any of these. Looking for the back air, they're so greedy. Gets snatched up and gets the stock closed out.
Wow.
LeoN taking it game 5, all Bowser in 2 sets against Syrup Steve was too much for him in winners with the hero, but the Bowser comes in clutch, and the diamond tools and amount of rage that Syrup had made so that any of these sword nairs out of shield,
They could mean death.
they could have meant death if he was able to do the right combo.
Yeah,
but he was never able to go nair into up air and go into full combo afterwards.
LeoN, like, it might have been but LeoN got on the ground so fast and was
So
able to get into shield. And Bowser's shield is very, very strong at that aspect because, you know, the invincibility he has. But also, just like, sword becomes much less of a pressure tool when you're, like, shielding versus getting hit, right?
Of course. Hey, man.
What a set.
Super good set. Like, just well played all around. Like, LeoN, like, playing against everything that Syrup Steve had to offer, but it's still an evolving Steve, and it's still but it's the same old Bowser, and it's the same old LeoN taking the W and showing off some new phases to his gameplay, even if the Bowser is the same. Like, super nice stuff.
And even then,
so impressive for these players.
This set and reset was 9 games, but it felt like it went by so fast because they were like playing each other's face because Syrup inherently wasn't camping that much, and they were each getting 90% each time they touched each other. So they're very high octane kill characters. It was just such a fun set to watch because they were just beating the crap out of each other at all times. That's what Smash Bros is about.
For sure, like just all in all the time. Like everybody looking for their starters and trying to play what is the platform fighter equivalent of footsies, and we saw it on full display with all of these replays. I mean, there's 9 games worth of replays.
Yeah, there's a lot. We gotta go through it.
Yeah, we gotta cycle through them all. But I will say, like, I feel like there's a couple things that Syrup has to like add into his game plan, right? Like we saw a lot of like fumbling at ledge from just doing a lot of like the drop down like place block, like some of these up airs not converting at the right percent, so your combo windows are a little bit off, a little bit different. Like those kind of things are where you need to optimize your character a little bit more and change up what route you're going for. As well as, I know it's cringe, guys, but if you're gonna play Steve, sometimes it's okay just to drop from ledge, place a block. Like just do that. It's so good. It's really cringe, but it's so good.
The best Steves are the ones that shred their morals. That's
true. Yeah, but congrats to LeoN, of course, playing it out and playing a amazing Bowser. His amazing Bowser, showing he has still got it 100%, taking fusion number 146, and that's gonna do it for us.
Yeah. How do you feel about today? Well, I thought that was an incredible string of sets. This entire top 8 was such a treat to watch.
It was a super stacked bracket, and we saw hometown heroes like Steezy and KGP getting wins, Hayes making a solid run, and then killer after killer, LeoN, Syrup, Jackal, in order.
And this was like all New Jersey top 6, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, because Hayes and KGP were the people that got 5th.
Hayes and KGP played each other, but it was Pharaoh as 4th, and then Haven and Hayes, I believe.
Haven, that's what it was.
But
All right.
But either way, it is been great to have you on the mic, Yellow.
That was fun. That was a lot. That was a lot of fun.
I believe that is just going to be it for the night. So I hope everyone has a good night. Get home safe.
Oh yeah. Oh, it looks like it's stopped a little bit outside, but yeah, make sure you are on the road safely because this is gonna be very sketchy.
It's gonna be.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.